Welcome back to Marvel Maniac, an MCU after show. This is your host, Eric Cicada, aka Mr. Honest. We're here today to discuss a very big change in our lineup. Yes, you might have heard, you might already know, but Doomsday and Secret Wars, the next two Avengers movies, they've been pushed up. Not by 6 months, but by 7. So Doomsday was supposed to come out on May 1st of next year in 2026, moved to December 18th, 2026. And we have Secret Wars moving from May also to December 17th, 2027. Now, while this might sound awful, you're like, I'm waiting for the Avengers. What the heck? Quality is insanely important when it comes to these movies, especially after the fan reception of most of the Multiverse saga. They have a chance right now. Like, they have a Hail Mary chance to actually make everything that's happened before it in the Multiverse saga in a culmination trilogy. Yes, I said trilogy, and I'm already letting you know I'm going to give you Colton Ogburn of ScreenCrush. He has his own channel. He has a cool theory talking about how they might be hiding an Avengers movie in these movies to make it a freaking trilogy. We're going to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about some other things that might happen, some positives and, the negatives. We're going to just start off by saying, damn, it's just getting further away. I haven't seen an Avengers movie in so long, since 2019. That's too long. I expect one every 2 or 3 years. I'm entitled. I'm a Marvel fan. And that's not what I think all the Marvel fans are like. I'm like that. That's how I think. I'm like, no, I'm my Avengers. No. But we got to wait. This is a good thing. Let's take the half glass full approach, okay? I've talked about Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Probably like 3 to 4 episodes dedicated just to what might happen, or my last episode, will they push it up a year? I was off by a few months, but here's my next take. I don't think I was wrong. I think there's a part, okay, so there's the multiverse already breaking off into 2 branches. There's the multiverse where they push them up to May of 27 and 28. Another 6 months forward, or 7, whatever the heck it is. And it'll be a full year ahead for each movie. Obviously, I'm devastated by that. I'm not hoping for that. That was my prediction. And if I was right, I think they would break it up into pieces like this. We'll find out like towards the end of this year, or most likely, I don't know. We'll find in a few months that the delay has been pushed forward for more movies, or there might be a trilogy in motion. We'll talk about the trilogy in a bit. That's definitely the one thing that really has got me real excited about actually all this. And I think the new Avengers, aka the Thunderbolts, I don't know if we're ever going to land on not just calling them both. I think that was a good lead into a new era of Marvel. Even Bob Iger said, be ready for Marvel to be more like this. Because the thing is, the new Avengers didn't do amazing at the box office. No. But it was critically praised by fans and critics. And everyone who saw it enjoyed it to an extent of wanting to call it the best, if not up there with the best, with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the best releases. So if Marvel was in a position to take that shot in off of a couple good movies that came before it, I'm not putting down Brave New World, but I can't argue that Brave New World didn't go over that great with everyone else. And I'm not saying anyone is a problem. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I actually love hearing other people's opinions. Like, it grinds my gears. The second time I'm saying that this episode. More of a freeform episode today, just keep in mind. I did predict the delay, and I know there's going to be another one, but I like the hope of a third Avengers movie, because it's a 7-month delay. That's a long time. It's not that long, but it's long enough. It is long enough. And my gut says it's a soft reintroduction to that larger shift of a full year forward. These filmmakers have an entire plate of a task. They went to the Old Country Buffet. They had shut down. They packed their plates. To the max. They didn't even plan on walking back up. They put it all on one plate. And now the time has come. The time has come for these next Avengers movies to be culturally iconic and better, not even just as good, better than Endgame and Infinity War. Because you have to strive to be better, and they do. And technically, yeah, these movies got to be bigger and better. So taking a little extra time to get the formula down, to see which characters work with what other characters, where we have X-Men's, we got Marvel Maniacs, we got Avengers. Everything's going to be in this movie. That's me. I'm going to be in the movie. I'm just kidding. Hey, but Marvel, I'd love to be in your movie. I've been saying we'll talk about this in a minute. Colton Ogburn of ScreenCrush on his personal channel, linked in the description of this episode. Go check him out and subscribe. He's got great perspective, and he's great on ScreenCrush too. We had Ryan Airy on the show. What if we can get Colton on the show? We'll get the whole ScreenCrush family. And when I saw the title, 3 Avengers movies, it didn't just get me excited. It resonated with me. So what would it be called? I'm going to go with, I saw a post on Reddit. They named the Avengers teams, like New Avengers, the ones we know, then Young Avengers, and then it shows the team with Captain America, Sam. Mighty Avengers. Is that in comics? I didn't Google it, but that would be, and Colton, that's my idea. Colton didn't say that. That's the one part that's my idea. Mighty Avengers. So it could be like a film on the level of Thunderbolts about Sam getting his team together. That'd be pretty cool. And then after his team's together, they're going to go into just the most biggest explosive battle and sequences of battles. It's going to be nuts. This is almost why a lot of people watch the MCU, is for that payoff crossover. And of course, that's why I watch it. A lot of people have been annoyed. Personally, I haven't been as much. Like, okay, Eyes of Wakanda. I don't really care to know that much more about Wakanda, but I like Wakanda in the MCU good enough to just watch the show. Cover it, I'll do too, but I'll probably cover it poorly. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. I actually don't think that. I just said that. So yeah, if we had let's say they didn't move. Okay, let's just give the team at Marvel and Disney credit, the Russos, and they're being honest about their release dates of December 17th, December 18th, 2026, 2027. Let's just say they're being honest about this. We're getting some Christmas time Avengers movies. It's similar to how I felt for Star Wars. Coming around Christmas, I thought that was necessary. Maybe we're actually getting the truth here. That would mean, as what Colton said, would leave an empty slot for a movie in May in 2027 between the two movies. His prediction goes there. That's where the Secret Avengers movie will be. My opinion, my hope, Mighty Avengers. I don't know how they'll do it. I don't know how the stories will connect. I think having an Avengers trilogy is more than necessary. Well, I mean, it's just a great idea because we haven't had any. And there's a lot of culmination that needs to happen. And there needs to be longer moments. And it needs to feel like an epic, a tale. This Battle World thing can't just happen in one movie. So I think it'd be a good idea for that movie to happen. And again, in the description, check out Colton Ogburn's video on this very topic. He gave me the idea to cover it. He did, and then I went on YouTube and everyone's talking about it, and I'm like, oh man, I got to lay down my thoughts on this. So I'm just so excited along with the whole fan base for these movies, and I think some of us deeper core fans really actually care about the quality, and waiting a little bit longer for a better made movie is 150% worth it, because I'm going to be watching these on repeat until I die. Marvel might be doing this for a few reasons. They might want to reframe the Kang thing more directly. Jonathan Majors is open to coming back. It's a plot hole that they could easily fill in like 20 minutes of one proving Kang's true power, taking down the Council of Dooms. Council of Dooms. There might be a Council of Dooms, but I think he'd single-handedly take down the Council of Kings. So that would be something. Doing that thing. There's this thing in the comic book. It's gross, but Doom shoves his hand into Thanos as he's being rude to Doom, and he rips out his whole spine and skull. That would be one of the moments in his introduction to really honestly sell us. Similar to Thanos killing Loki. It's like here, this is your first enemy. He's nothing to me. I'm going to throw him on the ground dead in front of you. No more revivals. Little does he know, Loki is like probably the centerpiece of Doomsday. Another thing it does, as pointed out in Colton's video, I just don't want to like take credit. I gave him credit. I'm giving him like credit in every sentence. Colton, you deserve the credit, man. But brand new day, Spider-Man. Everyone wanted a street level Spidey movie, and now it can happen. Or it could be the literal movie where we get the post-credit scene of Doomsday. I don't know. I thought that was going to be for Mighty Avengers, and in a way it was. Did I say Mighty Avengers? Oh, look how that just fell out my tongue. I clearly am waiting for that. Name it that. Like as I said, like it's hard to wait, but it's better to wait if we're going to get like an Infinity level war movie. That is my all-time favorite movie. Doomsday has that potential. And that third movie in between, wherever they put it, even if it's not on those exact dates, I think it'd be really worth it. I think it would really cement this period, this time in Marvel. It would compensate for whatever was bad and let it fill those nasty plot holes in every beautiful way they know how. The Russo brothers will come and pick this up and revive it, and that's why the movie's moving forward and not sooner. That's why we're not watching it this summer. We're going to get a great movie. And I just have faith in it. And it's my favorite. They're my favorite movies. So even if none of you like it, I probably will. Unless it's really bad. Like, there's a level of bad that I don't think Marvel is, like, capable of. But let's just hope they're not in that universe. All right? That's all I'm going to say on that one. That's all I'm going to say. We're not in that universe. We're in a different universe. One where these movies thrive and then take us into another 20 years of Marvel plus. You know, I'm going to be here for all that. And if I'm not, I will be watching it from the heavenly clouds above. In case you are listening to this for my untimely death, I love you 3000. I can't quote movies that I've seen 1,000 times. I was just going to try and just say what Iron Man, part of the journey is the end. There it is. I remembered it now. And I love you 3000. Oh, God, my heart. Oh, my goodness. So how is he going to come back? I believe it's Tony Stark. There's been a lot of discussion and arguments, and Doctor Doom is being recast. Definitely, in my timelines, like Doctor Doom will definitely get a recast after Secret Wars. Okay, that's not what I heard like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I heard, maybe a little longer. It might have been a little longer ago. I heard that they were thinking of keeping Doctor Doom after all of it, even into the new movies. Meaning there's a redemption arc for this guy. He's going to be the rightful villain in his own mind, correct, like Thanos. But which one do you believe? Do they keep Robert Downey Jr. Past Secret Wars and future MCU, or do they recast him? MarvelManiacPod@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your take. What are you a bigger fan of? Do you see the trilogy? Do you think that's going to happen? And also, would that be a great idea or a bad idea? Be honest. I think it's a great idea if executed right. Something tells me it's not true because they've never done anything like that. But you know what else they've never done? They never changed the title of a movie like that. But I will say another thing. They also have never put an asterisk in the title of a movie to get us somewhat prepared for a name change. But they never directly said that's what it meant. All they ever said was, you'll find out in the movie. And that is why that movie is so good. The New Avengers is going to be an at-home rewatch necessary epic movie that ends with a hug of power that can even take down the darkest of darks. I would highly recommend seeing Thunderbolts / New Avengers ASAP. It's most likely still in theaters, but it'll be on Disney Plus. We got a lot of more time together here on the show. We can go back into a lot of things. We can do polls. My guy Michael Finney, he's getting some cool access to our mini-sodes every Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time. We're dropping 5-minute recaps of movies, thoughts on things. Right now I'm going over phase 1, and it's really fun to do. I like having these special little episodes. I hope that when people come, they could see a few stacked like there is now, and they get to have a little listening experience there. I like creating a different experience for people who want to help support me and all that. And not that if you can't, you can't. That's no problem. You can join the Patreon and to partake in fan discussions and other things that might happen. Join us. Link in the description, along with Colton Ogburn's link to the video. While I'm saying all this stuff, I should just remind you, yes, come to the Patreon, give us a good review and a rating, especially if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. Please help us get away from that 1-star rating that guy gave us. And I'm going to say that guy, he was a little blunt, but he was totally right. And I was offended at first, but I've totally taken his notes. Like, be honest, I always say, go review us, but if you hate it, don't say anything. Like, I want to improve this show. But I think if you like the show at all, you'd give it a good rating and still let me know what I could do. I appreciate your time. If you're still listening to this, you're here. I know there's people that woke up and listened to Miss Marvel episode 4 today. When I saw it was dropped, I was like, wow. I forgot I was having that drop today. I'm like, okay, we got a couple listeners already. That's pretty crazy. It's 5 a.m. And I woke up early these days. I don't know why. Just kind of living on my own time. But anyway, they can do so much with these movies, and a little more time in the oven. There's nothing wrong with that. A little more time with Spider-Man as just street-level Spider-Man. Please be good to Tom Holland. I've been hearing so much. I think he's getting burnt out in Hollywood. There's a quote of him saying, if I'm playing Spider-Man into my 30s, I did something wrong, and he's going to be. I always knew he was going to be, though. That's the problem. He's having trouble being cast in movies because he's kind of very typecast as Spider-Man. I'm in no place to give advice. But if I were him, I'd enjoy this. Kind of like I'd tell a high schooler, enjoy it because it won't ever be the same again. It's a very special time. He's going to be on set with Robert Downey Jr. again. I'm hoping that him being with the Avengers and his old friends from 2019. I'm an older guy. I'm 34. I'm not that old. But, I've seen a couple more things. And people love seeing Tom Holland. They think he's a great, great actor. He's my favorite Spider-Man. And I think he needs to feel embraced and patted on the back even more. And I think we need to all go show him some love because he's our Spider-Man. And he's been our Spider-Man for almost 10 years. 9 years to be exact. And I think 9 years actually this month. Could be the day right now. I don't even know. It's like I don't have access to Google. Well, I like to be organic, okay? All right? I even hear a joyous tone. I'm losing my voice. I'm so excited to be talking about this with you. I wanted this episode to go to 12 minutes, and it's been almost 20. I'll start to wrap it up. What do you think about all this? What if they make the middle movie, Kang Dynasty, secretly surprise us with it? And 3 movies, better than 2? Do you want a trilogy? MarvelManiacPod@gmail.com, Patreon.com/MarvelManiac, @MarvelManiacPod on all your socials. And I'm Eric Cicada, SeQueira on Twitter if you want to just get at me at my OG handle. I usually do post stuff there. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for thinking about what we can see in the future. I really, really want your thoughts on that, though. Thank you, Colton Ogburn, for the awesome theory that kind of keeps my campfire hope lit. And in my opinion, the little delay won't kill us. We're going to have a lot of fun on the podcast. We're going to talk about so many different things, new shows, even the animated ones. We're going to be able to talk about Daredevil Season 2 even before this next thing. We're in for a long haul. And as fans, I'm so thankful for you to be here with me on this ride. Until next week, Avengers, disassemble.